Hi, I'm Dan Limond, and here's another video on the Wickes roundabout in Taunton, Somerset. In this video, I'll present the road markings, the correct road positioning and lane discipline to do Wickes roundabout safely. Firstly, I'm going to show you how to identify a segregated lane. As we approach the roundabout map, you'll notice there's a diagonal block connecting up the bottom to the left. This is a segregated lane. In these lanes we normally don't need to give way and it doesn't go onto the roundabout. Anyway, I'm planning to go ahead second exit at the roundabout. As the road marking in the left lane says ahead, I should use that lane. It would be misleading to use the right lane to go ahead here. This could be unpredictable to other drivers. There is a diverging lane arrow up ahead which shows to go ahead in the middle lane or left to go into the segregated lane. Going to take the middle lane. As I'm approaching in the middle lane, I know that when I enter the roundabout, I should not enter the right lane as I go ahead. There is a slight curve in the lane as we approach the give way line. It's very important that you keep looking both to the right and looking where you need the car to go so that you don't travel in a straight line and drift into the right lane. As I enter the roundabout, I'm going to steer slightly to the left, look where I need the car to go and follow the outside lane to the exit. Again, I'm going to go ahead second exit, and this time there is two lanes to choose from. You can use either lane to go ahead, however you should normally use the left of the two. Unless there is congestion in the left lane, then you can use the right lane to pass that traffic. Having the option of two lanes to go ahead does help to ease the congestion. On your driving test, it doesn't actually matter which lane you use as long as you do it safely. I would recommend using the left of the two normally because when you exit the roundabout it keeps you on the left side on the dual carriageway and this just simplifies things. As we enter the roundabout, to keep the car in a safe position, we should steer left and avoid entering the right lane. However, it is extremely tight and narrow between the middle lane and the left lane as we enter the roundabout. Therefore, you may need to keep extremely close to the dividing line or possibly even go slightly over it. There is no car on my left side at the moment, so I can steer left and keep a safe position in the outside lane without straddling the right lane at all. Again, going ahead second exit, this time I've chosen to use the right lane as the left of the two has congestion and the right lane is flowing better. This time as I enter the roundabout, I will keep my car positioned in the right lane. As I'm exiting the roundabout, I'm going to keep my car on the right until it's safe to merge back over to the left lane, taking up the normal position for driving on the dual carriageway. This time I'm going to go left first exit at the roundabout. I don't really need road markings to help me decide which lane I'm going to use this time because the left lane will always be used to go left. As you reach the corner before the roundabout, make sure you're not staring to the right, otherwise you might swing out round the corner. Look where you want the car to go, position the car nicely, that will help you pull away even quicker when the chance comes to go. And now it's safe to go, just continuing around in the left lane, the normal position for the dual carriageway. Okay, something a little bit different this time. I'm planning to turn left first exit at the roundabout, but I'm going to use the middle lane on approach. If we have a look at the road markings, they say that the left lane goes left, but also the middle lane goes left too. Normally, I would choose the left lane to turn left at this roundabout. I would choose the middle lane if the left lane was congested and the middle lane had less traffic than the left lane. It could be a little bit unpredictable to other drivers using the middle lane on approach to turn left, and that always raises the risk level of a collision. Going to get a really good view now of the road markings which show that the middle lane can be used to turn left. As I enter the roundabout, it's important to keep the car in the middle and not to cut the left lane, exiting into the right lane, and then when it's safe merging back to the left lane to take the normal position on the dual carriageway. This time I'm going to go ahead second exit at the roundabout. So I'm going to take the middle lane on approach, as the only road marking that says I can go ahead is this time in the middle lane. As we go across the roundabout, we're going to need to steer left to enter the outside lane on the roundabout. As we come to exit the roundabout, there will be some hatched markings that we must not drive on, which leads us off into the right lane on the dual carriageway. Once the hatch markings have ended, it's time to take the normal position back in the left lane unless we need to overtake vehicles. I'm planning to turn right third exit at the roundabout, so normally I need to use the right lane to turn right. I will check the road markings in case more than one lane turns right. On this occasion it's only the right lane that is allowed to turn right. As I approach the exit of the roundabout, I will decide if it's safe to exit the roundabout into the left lane. If it isn't, I will exit into the right lane, but if it is, I will exit into the left lane, which is the normal position for the dual carriageway. Now here's the side where sometimes drivers run into problems. I've seen people talking about this one on social media. I'm planning to turn right to the third exit, and as we can see by the road markings, we have two lanes that turn right. Maybe a lot of drivers don't know that, so there is a sense of unpredictability and people maybe think that drivers are doing it wrong. I'm going to use the middle lane to turn right on this occasion. If the right lane is congested, using the middle lane will actually help to ease the congestion. As I enter the roundabout, I'll need to steer left and remain in the outside lane and continue round to the right to take the third exit. To other drivers, this might be unusual, maybe unpredictable, so the risk level is quite high in doing this. It might be safer to opt to use the right lane to turn right third exit. It's crucial that you keep your right signal on all the way round until you pass the second exit and then signal left to leave the roundabout. At this point, you could be in the blind spot of the driver who's in the right lane. To eliminate the risk of being hit by the driver in the right lane who may be coming across to the left lane, it's a good idea to keep yourself back so you are not side by side with the driver. And now, let's turn right third exit using the right lane. As both the middle and the right lane are used for turning right, as we approach the third exit, there is a very high risk that someone could be on our left side. I will check the left door mirror and make a side glance to the left to decide which lane I will exit into. If it's safe, I will exit to the left lane on the dual carriageway. If not, I will exit into the right lane and then merge back to the left lane to the normal position when it's safe to do so. So there you have it. Wickes' roundabout, road markings, correct positioning and lane discipline all covered. I hope the video's been useful for you. Give me some love and subscribe to the channel so I can help build it, and I'll see you on the next video. If If you are looking for car insurance, check out My First. They are a multi-award winning broker trusted by thousands of young drivers, specialising in car insurance for young drivers, new drivers, learner drivers and student drivers. Use the code seen on the screen for a juicy discount. Follow the link in the description below to get started.